This is another episode called The Life and Times of J.R. Hendrick. Narrating this is my friend Jimmy Hendrick. This episode is called Daddy Said Maybe. July 30th, 1993, 4:15 a.m. Frank has been up for 15 minutes, pacing anxiously, when a knock comes to his door. It's Karen Crowder. "Hey, sweetheart, what brings you here?" "Lauren wants us to tour Fort Sumter," Karen said. "Why?" Excuse me? He's your best friend. He's your very best friend. You went off to UT Austin together. So he wants me to go out before the chickens, to go down to see Fort Sumter. Ugh. Seems why I broke up with you at the end of prep school. I'm giving you an ultimatum. Use it or lose it. If you don't go, you're an idiot. At least do it for me. Don't get me wrong. You'll never get me back. But if you don't want me to call you a phony, you better go. Frank gets on his rental motorcycle and drives down to Fort Sumter. 4:25 a.m. When he arrives at Fort Sumter, Ken and J.R. greet him. "Finally, most likely you and I are going to take this tour alone, while JR is going to ask Karen Crowder out," Ken said. "Back off," JR said. "Look, can y'all two calm down? Now let's take a look at this place. It's where the Civil War started, and I want to take pictures for Brad," Frank said. "A Union Army attacked here. Now you and I, we don't like to sit around with one or two of this place. But Mudbird over here," JR laughed. 4:40 p.m. As Frank, Ken, and Lauren tour Fort Sumter, JR and Karen sat at a fountain at the fort. "Look, Karen, I realize this sounds pretty awkward, but I want to ask you out. Will you come with me to dinner tonight? Then Sunday, we can go to church together," JR asked. "We can go to church together?" JR asked. "Well, I thought you'd never ask." "Of course we can go to dinner tonight. And church on Sunday morning," Karen said. "Then it's a date," JR said. "Come pick me up at 6:30 a.m. JR and Ken are eating eggs, bacon, hash browns. They also are drinking orange juice. "Man, I don't like Lauren Davis anymore," JR said. He was the mouthy one back at Allenwood Prep. I knew him from John Ireland Elementary. And yes, he was the mouthy one. Always primping. I bet he tells Frank not to hang out with us. Kim bristled. I bet Rand is calling him to say, don't hang out with me. JR gets a text. He has. He and Lauren fought over everything because Lauren don't like Rand. Forget about Rand, Kim said. Whoever is with us is with us. And whoever is not, well, who needs them? What's that you said back at Fort Sumter? JR, relax. I was just teasing you. I set that up so you would ask Karen out. Yeah, but you still want her. You hardly even knew her. Yeah, well, you acted interested in her, but yet I don't think you never took the time to know her. That's because the first time Daddy and Jim Bob saw her, Jim Bob wanted her. You were hurt and Daddy threw a fit because he wants her with me. 9 a.m. JR and Ken hop in the car for a tour of Magnolia Plantation Gardens. You know, I have a green thumb, JR, Ken said. And that's why Claude would like you, JR said. Claude? He's a decent guy. Phil, you know my stepdad? He says that Claude works pretty well with the companies he partners with. Yeah, he got it from his daddy, at least. That's what my daddy told me. Okay, JR. That's being annoying. I like your father. Don't get me wrong. But let's try hard not to focus on him and have a little fun. 3 p.m. JR is flabbergasted that Ken beat him at contract running. Now look, Ken said, I've been your best friend for over 5 years. You know, I won't cheat. You just won't use your hand wisely. Well, I'm going to the candy machine. You want something? Yeah. Get me some Payday or Mounds, Ken said. 7:05 p.m. JR is listening to Red Hot Chili Peppers on his Walkman as he is dressing, getting ready for his date with Karen Crowder. He knows that Brad and Jim Bob would be living up tonight at the house of Alexander Heights, who had a Revolutionary War sword that Jim Bob was intently interested in. JR had purchased a talking watch, which immensely annoyed Kent. Man, I swear, you know what I picture when I hear this damn talking watch? I pictured this blind woman talking, but instead of a mouth and nose, it's a beak. 7:45 p.m. JR is having dinner with Karen Crowther at the Charleston Grill. JR orders a T-bone steak, well done, with loaded baked potatoes and macaroni and cheese. I'll warn you, I'm a conservative feminist, which means I pay for my meals until you ask to marry me, bucko. Where'd you get your idea of feminism? JR asked. My crazed mother. After she married and divorced my father twice. What a hell of a tale that is. Let's just keep it light. A friendly romance. About time you asked me out, stranger. Don't worry. I'll take you to church on Sunday. John Wesley United Methodist Church. I'm a Methodist now, since I left my mother's moronic Episcopalian ways. Just then, as he bites into his meal, JR got the text from his father. Motivational speaker tomorrow night at the College of Charleston School of Business. Coming in tomorrow. We'll pick you up tomorrow night by limo. You boys check out of your hotel. Claude will drive you to the mansion he rented for you boys. You will stay there until you leave on the 9th for Virginia Beach. One of my dad's awesome ways, Jared said. Karen bristled. The idiot thinks he's a king. Who told you that? Your mother? Yeah. When you called a few months ago, she told me she don't trust you. I'm sorry, but I do. That's why I moved into my grandmother's in Lubbock, so I can go to school and be away from her. 9:05 p.m. JR and Karen get into Karen's rental green 1992 Buick. Don't you dare try anything or you'll regret it, Karen said. Do I look like someone that would try anything like that? JR asked. You can't fool me with that damn peach fudge, JR. Mom believes that you're just like your father, but Grandma says that that's crazy. Believe your grandmother. I am not my father. Try a few days to see if I can even trust you. 9:30 p.m. Karen's rental car parks in front of the lodge at Charleston. I think at the beginning you are very trustworthy. You